It started as a simple precaution. After a few packages went missing from my porch, I bought one of those smart security cameras. You know the type. The ones that connect to your phone and send you alerts. The first week was uneventful. I got notifications for the mailman, a stray cat, and a particularly aggressive squirrel. It was almost boring, which, for a security camera, is a good thing. I felt safer. I felt in control. That feeling didn't last. The first strange alert came on a Tuesday night. It was just after 2 a.m. My phone buzzed on the nightstand, and the notification read, "Motion detected at your front door." I groggily opened the app, expecting to see another neighborhood cat. The live feed loaded, showing my porch bathed in the ghostly green glow of the night vision. Nothing was there. I scrubbed back through the recorded clip. The motion trigger was a single, blurry frame. It looked like a glitch, a digital hiccup. I dismissed it and went back to sleep. But it happened again the next night, and the night after that, always between 2 and 3 a.m. Motion detected at your front door. Each time, I'd check the feed, and each time, I'd find nothing but an empty porch and a single, corrupted frame in the recording. It was unnerving, but I rationalized it. Maybe it was a bug in the software. Maybe a spider was building a web over the lens and setting it off. I even went out and cleaned the lens thoroughly, just in case. That Friday, the notification changed. It still came at 2:17 a.m., but this time it read, "Person detected at your front door." My heart hammered against my ribs. Person detected. That was different. That was specific. I fumbled with my phone, my hands shaking as I opened the live feed. Again, nothing, just the empty porch, the rocking chair swaying slightly in the breeze. But this time, when I played back the recording, it wasn't a single blurry frame. The clip was 3 seconds long. For the first 2 seconds, the porch was empty. Then, in the final second, a figure seemed to materialize right in front of the camera. It was tall and unnaturally thin, its limbs long and spidery. Its face was a pale, featureless oval. And then, just as quickly as it appeared, the clip ended. I didn't sleep for the rest of the night. I sat in my living room, staring at the front door, my phone clutched in my hand, waiting. But no more alerts came. The next morning, sleep-deprived and on edge, I convinced myself it was a prank, a clever bit of video editing from a bored neighbor, maybe. Or a very, very specific and terrifying software glitch. It had to be. What other explanation was there? I tried to go about my weekend normally, but I couldn't shake the image of that tall, pale figure. Every creak of the house made me jump. Every shadow in the corner of my eye seemed to stretch and twist. On Sunday night, I was dreading the 2 a.m. hour. I almost turned the camera off. But a morbid curiosity, a need to know, kept my finger from tapping the button. I had to see if it would happen again. It did. Las 12:21 a.m. person detected at your front door. I took a deep breath and opened the app. The live feed was empty, as expected. I navigated to the recorded clip, my thumb hovering over the play button. Primera prest, Italiano. The clip started. The porch was empty. Then, the figure appeared again, standing in the same spot. This time, it didn't just stand there. It slowly, deliberately, raised one of its long, thin arms and pointed. Not at the camera, not at the door. It was pointing directly at my living room window, the window I was sitting right next to. I screamed and dropped the phone. I scrambled away from the window, my back hitting the opposite wall. My mind was racing. It knew I was watching. It knew where I was. This wasn't a glitch. This wasn't a prank. This was something else. I spent the rest of the night huddled in my bedroom closet, listening to every sound, my ears ringing. I had to get rid of it. The camera. It was the source of this terror. It was a window that allowed this thing to see me. The next day, I didn't even bother taking it down properly. I got a ladder, climbed up, and ripped it off the wall, wires and all. I didn't care about the damage. I took the camera, drove it to an electronics recycling center, and threw it into a massive bin filled with old monitors and computer towers. As I watched it disappear under a pile of e-waste, I felt a profound sense of relief wash over me. It was over. For a week, there was silence. Blessed, beautiful silence. I started sleeping through the night again. The knot of fear in my stomach began to unwind. I was starting to feel normal. I even managed to convince myself that the stress had just gotten to me, that my imagination had run wild. The story of the creepy security camera became a crazy tale I would probably never tell anyone. Then, last night, my phone buzzed. It was just after 2:30 a.m. I glanced at the screen, expecting a text from a friend who kept odd hours. But it wasn't a text message. It was a notification from an app I didn't recognize. The icon was a simple, black circle. The notification itself contained only a single, chilling sentence. It read, "Motion detected inside your house." My blood ran cold. I stared at the phone, my mind refusing to process what I was seeing. I had deleted the camera app. I had thrown the camera away. How was this possible? My thumb, moving with a will of its own, tapped the notification. And up opened it. It was a live video feed. But the angle was all wrong. It wasn't my front porch. The video was grainy, dark, and tilted. It showed a corner of a room, a ceiling fan slowly rotating. It took me a second to realize what I was looking at. I was looking at the ceiling of my own bedroom. And then, from the bottom of the screen, a long, pale finger entered the frame. It slowly rose, uncurling, until it was pointing directly at the camera. Directly at me. The feed wasn't coming from a security camera on my porch. The feed was coming from my phone. It had been watching me all along, through my own phone. And now it was in the room with me. I could hear a faint scratching sound coming from the corner of my bedroom. The same corner I was seeing on my screen. The scratching grew louder, closer. I'm still in my bed. I'm too afraid to move. Too afraid to look away from the screen. The scratching is right next to my bed now. I don't know what to do. The app is still open. And the pale face, the featureless, white oval, is slowly rising into view at the bottom of my screen. It's looking right at me. And it's smiling. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more chills. Stay safe out there, and maybe check your phone's permissions. Good night.